Hey, can you do me a favor?
You're just
Set
gonna
aside
give it to him?
KRISS Vector? Do not
No,
sell
I'm
it.
not gonna give it
Oh,
to him.
sell it.
Obviously.
Okay.
Jesus.
I take things literally, Tim.
Bob, please, get smarter.
Yeah,
I-
'cause we were gonna
do you have a college degree?
after the live show.
No, you don't. That's the answer that I was expecting.
Yeah.
You have a degree in theater.
Theater arts. Theater arts, sir.
Go get me some
It's
coffee.
a theater. That's about as good as that degree is worth.
Exactly.
I did get a wide range of. Did you call him?
You make fantastic coffee, right?
Actually, I make. No, I don't.
Oh, you weren't a barista as soon as you got out of college?
I've never actually been a barista. I always thought I'd be a waiter as an actor, and that never went down.
That's unfortunate.
No, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Bob makes good
Somehow
bacon
you
wrapped
landed
hot
this job.
dogs.
I
at his
do
George
make-
Foreman grill.
Yeah. Let's see. I made bacon wrap Pop-Tarts. I make pretty good steak. You've had my steak before. That's not a joke.
Not to interrupt you guys' food conversation, but we have a ton of stuff to go over.
Yeah,
and
we
the
also have
show,
a train going.
the show has started, so let us commence.
Yes.
So many
Okay, hold
things to talk
on.
about.
This guy, Big Dad 17. Yes, we have set aside for the people that have won redemptions. They will be getting their redemptions.
Absolutely. We had one kid that wanted at Tim vs. Bob 2.
A win.
Oh, yeah. He had a great shirt on, by the way. That Cartman Respect My Authority shirt.
That's why you call him Cartman?
What? Anyway,
You
regardless.
call him
No, I don't. He won that KRISS, which I'm sure he's been eagerly awaiting for a while. So he's definitely going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Bob, you can pick up the KRISS.
Yeah!
This is going to be our topic. Our topic for today. So, obviously, this has been a much highly anticipated release in the airsoft industry. KWA have finally released it. And like we were mentioning earlier, there is a flashlight made by AIM Sports that sits right above the barrel here that is going to come with the gun if you were one of the people that pre-ordered it. So if you were, this is what you get for waiting. The flashlight is sold individually for, oh, please don't break the camera. It's sold individually for $79, so you're getting a free $79 flashlight, and it's made specifically to work with the KRISS, which is really, really cool. Now, Bob, you've had a chance to fire the KRISS?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And you've shot this one today?
Yes.
Thoughts on shooting? Because I think everybody knows the features of it. Let's start talking airsoft gun to airsoft gun.
You know, it's definitely got a little bit more blowback than the prototype model. I
You
believe.
think so?
Just a tiny bit. I mean, it's been a while since I fired the prototype model, so I could be mistaken. But, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. It performs how I would hope it would. I mean, I can't remember the FPS. Is it like what? Just
It shoots 350 with .25 gram BBs.
Oh, okay. So it's really shooting like 370 with .2.
With 2 O's, yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna make it perfect for outdoor play. As far as like indoor play, I'd have to get like a low power like valve to put in there, but
I'm sure that'll come out.
yeah, I'm sure it'll come out eventually. But yeah, like for outdoor play, I would love to take this out. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, so the FPS, for those of you guys that haven't seen our video yet, it's been on YouTube all day, shoots between 370 and 380 or so with .20 gram BB, shoots right on the dot at 350 with .25 grams. And I honestly think that it's a very ergonomic gun.
Yeah, it's probably the most ergonomic gun.
It's probably the most ergonomic of the SMGs
Yes.
that KWA makes. Because you think about comparing it to, the Mac 11 is just tiny. Okay, and the stock is almost not usable.
Oh, no,
the
I can use the
MP7,
stock.
alright, whatever. The MP7 is also a very small gun. And the pistol grip on the MP7, or the vertical grip on the MP7, because it's a folding grip, please don't do that.
But
He's a predator. He's going to eat you.
I don't see 3 red labels. Ah!
But the MP7 is kind of a small gun also. The MP9, I think, is a little more ergonomic.
I would disagree there.
Really? I mean, I think the MP9 is the most solid because it doesn't have the folding grip. So for shooting it...
Here's the thing about the MP9 though, or the MP7, is that it's a lot more front heavy than the MP9, and the MP9 I can shoulder, and most of the weight is concentrated where my hand is. So I'm going to be able to shoulder it and aim without any really disadvantage, whereas the MP7, it's more front heavy, so you're going to want your 2 hands on that gun. I mean, you can fire, obviously, with one
You say
hand.
front heavy, but the gun's not, like, really heavy anyway.
No, but it's more front heavy than the MP9.
Well, between the 3 of them, I definitely think that this is the most... solid, I guess you could say.
I would say it's the most solid.
The weight is centered, obviously. Most of the mass is right here.
Yeah. But I mean, my eyes just go right behind
exactly.
the sight.
That was the thing that I loved about this the most, is as soon as you pull the gun up, the sights are right in front of your eyes, and you're ready to go. You're deadly immediately. In addition to all the other really cool ergonomic features. On
2-shot burst, though.
The 2-shot burst. Any other gun on the airsoft market that has? I can't think of any.
The MOSFETs, like the AEGs, you can like program
with an AEG, but it's not as clean.
No,
it's not as crisp. But the 2-round burst on this thing is really awesome. In fact, why don't you fire off at a safe distance?
Okay. Oh, right. Got to put it off safe. Jeez.
Bob, please check the mag.
No, the mag's. No, I already checked it.
Oh, okay.
Two round burst is. Alright. Stop that. Okay,
It's really fun.
Point being, the 2-round burst operates really, really well. And it kind of makes, in my opinion, makes the full auto a little bit superfluous.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know
You
if I
can
would-
rapidly 2-round burst fast enough, it's almost like full auto.
Yeah.
And I think it saves more gas, and you're definitely going to be a lot more accurate with it, too.
No, I would wholeheartedly agree. And to be honest, like, I really wish I was one of those pre-order guys right now because, you know, they sure probably didn't know that this AIM Sports flashlight was going to come with their pre-order.
AIM Sports didn't know.
No, well, the thing is, can I mention about what AIM Sports just said in the office?
Yeah, mention
Yeah,
it.
okay, so they had made this to go with the real KRISS, and, you know, they're selling a lot of them out there for folks that want to own the real KRISS, so they can go with it, but, you know, it just happens to be pure coincidence that this flashlight came out at the same time KWA released this gun, and we were more than happy to put them as a package to show our appreciation for the pre-order folks.
And this is a really nice, it's a single cell LED, it's 150 lumens, so it's not like a cheap flashlight.
No.
It's a decent flashlight.
It's got a DNA collector, too.
It has a tactical impact device, I think, or tactical impact crown or something.
It's the same thing as a DNA. It's just two different names for the same thing.
Okay, Bob. And so it's made specifically for the KRISS. There is a little bit of disassembly and reassembly that's required, but by no means is it really difficult. Even Bob could probably figure it out.
Really?
Maybe you could. I mean,
I'd give it a try, but not right now.
all right, maybe you can if you're Bob.
No,
but if you're
I'm sure I can figure it out.
If you can take apart your Tanaka M700, you can
I
probably
can take
figure out
this
that
apart,
KRISS.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the KRISS is definitely a really, really cool gun.
Press check feature.
I had kind of played around with the idea of getting one, but I think
know.
that Bob and I have both decided to get LM4s instead.
Yeah. I already have a submachine gun, and as badly as I want this, I just don't have a full gas blowback rifle, and
Yeah.
I've always wanted one.
I mean, I really would like to, but I'm not really up with the idea of redoing all of my gear for SMG magazines, so...
And I find that unacceptable. You just don't want to redo your gear.
It looks nice the way it is.
But how much better would it look with this?
It would look marginally better. Marginally better, but...
You just call Spectre.
We'll see.
Jeez.
Spectre gear is very good. Their stuff is really heavy, though, and that's something
Just
that
one
I'm
thing
learning.
that people have been talking about. They asked, is it a threaded barrel adapter? And
Yes.
it is
Yes.
a threaded barrel adapter, but it is 16 millimeters.
Okay, the threaded barrel on this is exactly like the railgun. I think it's a 16 millimeter clockwise.
I'm not sure.
I believe it is. The Tokyo Marui Mark 23 barrel extension will fit on that. I know that for sure. And anything else that's 16 millimeter clockwise will fit. So if you have one of the, I don't know, what do you call that? Like most of the airsoft barrel extensions out there are 14 millimeter counterclockwise. So yeah, if you have that, it's not going to fit. Another question: how much is in the mag? I believe the magazine holds around
50
40
rounds.
50 rounds.
50 rounds.
Did you count it?
Well, I didn't count it, but that's what it says on the release.
Is that what it says? Okay.
Yeah.
It says 50 rounds on the release, so the magazine's going to hold about 50 rounds.
I mean, we could count it right now if you want.
It would take too much time. Somebody could just look it up on KWA's website.
I like it.
Somebody could just look it up. Are there any other questions about the KRISS before we put it away?
I like that it comes with this cool vertical grip. I didn't expect that to happen, but it definitely completes the look of the gun.
The gun is pretty gnarly, and honestly, I think the vertical grip is a good feature to add to it.
Yeah.
Just because having your hand on, I noticed this that. Okay, it doesn't have a rail there. I noticed this when I was firing the gun at KWA. If you have no vertical grip and you have your hand on this left side of the gun, you might accidentally push the bolt catch with your thumb unintentionally.
You
Which
might
obviously,
also grab the mag release too.
Maybe, but the bolt catch was the thing that I found because I was unintentionally grabbing the bolt catch. So as I was firing, even though I wanted to shoot full auto, I was being dumb and pushing the bolt catch, not knowing that the bolt catch was being activated. So that's why I think the vertical grip is a really good feature on this thing. The rail is obviously really nice for adding accessories. The flip up and down sights are also really awesome on this thing. Folding stock, pretty standard. Josh mentioned that he would want to run, what is that, a Resident Evil setup?
The Resident Evil setup with the no stock.
No
and
stock.
Oh yeah,
short-
one-handing it.
And also, you never have to reload. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You never have to reload in the
That's
game?
if
Yeah,
you have the-
she reloads once in the entire movie, and she's using the
Full
KRISS
auto.
with 45 on full auto for like literally I think a good probably 3 minutes of active firing.
Oh, it's the movie.
Yeah, not
the
yeah.
game.
Oh, I
Movie
think you're
games.
talking about the video game.
Oh no, they wouldn't
Okay.
include that gun in the video.
And you have
guess
to
I haven't
reload the
seen that
game.
one. Is it the most recent Resident Evil, the 3D one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see
Yeah,
the 3D
she's
one.
like dual wielding them, and then
You
she
know,
like
the last
never
one they did
reloads.
was that Apocalypse or something like that.
Horrible.
It lost me.
The
I was
series
like,
is
"Eh."
getting progressively worse as it continues.
I know, and then I saw the first one. I was like, dude, the first one's really good.
Yeah. Nemesis is pretty entertaining. I think.
Hey,
This is
hey!
pretty entertaining.
Someone brought a Mark 43. Nice.
Who brought a Mark 43?
B-Man 1123.
Oh,
Excellent
man.
decision.
We just did a video on
Yeah.
Mark 43.
It's surprisingly
M60.
light.
The Ares, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Ares uses good stuff. That gun's mostly made out of aluminum, so it is full metal.
Yeah.
But it's light metal.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like a machine gun you can go out and play with, like that is awesome.
Buys a KW KRISS, gets an Emerson knife. Who's doing that?
Remember the Emerson knife you put in the box?
I didn't put it in a box.
Well,
Chris
no,
put it in
no,
a
okay,
box.
all right. That you lost your Emerson knife.
I didn't lose it. I loaned it to somebody, and that person lost it.
Jeez.
But yes, I do remember that. Okay, so the KRISS, we're gonna set us. Bob's gonna hold on to it
All
for a
right,
while.
yeah.
But we are gonna move on to our next topic, which is gonna be our friend,
Special guest.
special guest, Sergeant Greg Wong.
Woo!
I've included
Let's get him a chair.
right behind you, Tim.
All right. Why don't you mosey on down the middle?
Nice.
Oh. So,
How you guys doing, everybody?
normally you're on that side of
Yes.
the screen.
It's very.
You're visiting
Very
California, so this is what it's like when we're talking with you normally. Sparta.
Yes.
So, why don't you, we know who you are a little bit, some of these guys may not. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing here?
Okay. Well, my name's actually Gregory Wong. I started a YouTube channel, Spartan117GW, back in like 2008 when I first joined the Army. And if you didn't know, I'm actually in the Army.
Hold on. What are those numbers significant?
It's basically the serial number of John from Halo,
Master Chief.
Master Chief, and then the GW is just my initials. basically.
Okay, I figured GW.
I was a big Halo. I'm still a big Halo fan,
guy?
but
Okay.
I love Halo. It's really good competitive shooters, all about headshots. But yeah, I started playing airsoft back in like 2006, 2007. My first gun was a classic Army M15A4 CQB, and yeah, which was an expensive gun for back then too. It was like a $400 gun. And you know, I still remember being that like 15, 16-year-old kid. You know, going to the store, getting his first gun. It's kind of eerie. You know, I go to the store now and I see those kids. Same thing. It's like, you know, that was me back in the day. But yeah, I started playing, and then it kind of sparked my interest towards going towards the Army while I was in like high school. And then I was like, you know what, we'll see what happens. I went to film school actually out here in Tarzana in SoCal for a while, right by CSUN, well, that's where I stayed. Was right by CSUN, and went to film school for a little while. But then it kind of wasn't my thing. Then I went to Sacramento for community college, and then after that I ended up joining the Army. Been in the Army for about 5 years, but my main thing, like, been doing airsofting whenever I can. Really, I've played airsoft in Japan. I've played airsoft.
Do you have a lot of time to airsoft in the Army? I don't imagine you would.
when the time arises, especially as you get more responsibilities, there's less time to play. But when I was with the 82nd, man, we had like a crew of guys from Bragg who just roll out to all the different places like Extreme Combat or Adventure Beach.
I heard about that place, Extreme Combat.
And I think they just built a second city. Whenever I go back there, I'm going to check out that second city. Because when I had left 2 years ago, that city wasn't there. But yeah, like that's kind of where I started my little rise of becoming Spartan essentially, just playing out there. And as I traveled, then I went to Japan for 2 years, so I kind of missed out on American Airsoft for a while. So my only chance to play American Airsoft.
I thought Japan Airsoft was like amazing.
It is pretty cool, but there's something about like well, for one, you can't really have like a lot of high-powered guns over there.
Yeah, explain the difference, because Japan's where this whole thing started.
Oh yeah, like
so
that was kind of cool
how is
too.
Airsoft different there than here?
Well, there's a lot of people. It seems like it's an underground sport, I guess you could say, over there too. Like you don't just see people running around with the airsoft guns, but like when you go to the field, there it's crazy seeing all different kinds of people show up. And
do they have Japanese gear, or is it?
They have
American?
everything. They try to mimic. It's kind of funny when I see people try to mimic American gear. But yeah, there's definitely guys like I played against the Japanese Army. That was crazy. It was a CQB mount site. And yeah,
like the Japanese Army.
The Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force?
They had their own
JGS,
gear,
yeah.
but they all had the airsoft version of the Japanese Army, like the Type 89.
Yeah,
that's
right, yeah.
They had all those. They had everything. They had the tornadoes, the grenades. They had everything. And so it was like the U.S. military, like me, a couple
Versus
Navy
the
guys,
Japanese.
versus the Japanese. And we were
badass.
going at it, CQB, and they did stuff where like the guys would die, and you'd have to check them. Because one time, it's in one of my videos, I was checking the guy, and my buddy was searching him, and he turns around to do one of the last stand things straight out of Call of Duty. I'm like, I backed up and I double tapped him, and I was like, oh, damn, and then he died. But they love scenario games over there, but they love team deathmatch too, and they are very, very patient. Their fields ain't that big, but like sometimes, because being Americans, we love being aggressive, sometimes we'll just run to an area, and those guys would sit there forever. Ever. Oh yeah, they're so patient, but
I can never do that.
they're sneaky.
No.
They're really sneaky. But there's a lot of cool fields over there. I played at Desert Kamigoe, Seal Survival Game Field. I love
I've heard of
that
that
survival.
one,
Yeah. BB Jungle, Forest Union. They also have Desert Union. There's a lot of fields. I never got to go to the Tokyo Marui field. I thought that one looks like something straight out of Star Wars, from what I've seen.
I've seen pictures.
I've seen photos,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah, but
You
I
can
don't-
only use Tokyo Marui guns.
Really?
Don't you dare bring
Can you
anything.
bring a modded Tokyo Marui gun, or is it? have to
You
be
know,
kinda
I don't know
stock?
if they'd be able to tell. I mean, if you modified it, but of course, I guess if it's a Tokyo Marui gun, you should be okay.
It's very elitist of them. Can't come in the door
Well, I
with
mean,
it.
they're proud of their brand. you know,
Yeah,
so,
that's
but
true,
I will
that's
say,
true.
and the airsoft stores are really cool over there too, because like right in Shinjuku, like a
Yep,
big city.
yep.
It was what was the name of that store? It had like a yellow sign. It's kind of cool when you go in there. The only thing is like, since I didn't really learn Japanese very well, so I'd be like, can I look at that gun? And they'd be like, okay. There's definitely some rare guns over there and some interesting guns over there. Man, it's so expensive.
Wait,
It's so
I
expensive.
gotta ask, did you go to any of the airsoft stores in Akihabara?
Yes, I did.
Mm.
Actually, I'm trying to remember. It was it was basically the same chain of stores. It was just
All
one was
around?
in Shinjuku, one was in Akihabara.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too big.
They're really tiny.
They
Yeah.
had that. It's tiny, but it's packed. Packed.
That's
with
where I
stuff,
saw my
like-
first M240 Bravo. They had it over there before we had it here.
It always happens. That's right to me.
Yeah.
And 'cause
But
if-
speaking of rare guns,
Mhm.
you mentioned that we're all familiar with Tokyo Marui. At least a lot of us older airsofters are. Not as prevalent. I don't know if that's
Prevalent?
the right word. Prevalent
Sure.
today as they used to be.
Mhm.
Is that what the airsoft scene is like over there, or do a lot of players use TM over
There's
there?
still there's lots of TM. I mean, there's lots of TM over there. Like, because like the guns that we pay $500 to get over here, you see like all the recoil shock M4 CQBs.
It's cheaper, right?
Yeah, the scars. Like one of my buddies over there, he was running the
Oh, I saw that.
the Scar L,
Yeah.
the recoil shock one. It's in
Mhm.
one of my videos too, which was
Mhm.
really cool because you could see the
Right.
cycling and everything, and he was like rushing the point and he captured
So
the
TM's
point.
not dead. They just
It's just they
can't do
kind of
anything in the
changed their
American
scope
market.
of
Yeah.
like their
Like
influence back to kind
Japan.
of just Japan. I
Mhm.
mean, you can still get stuff in the States, but it's
Mhm.
it's expensive. It's really expensive, but I mean, they're still pretty cool. I know there was it's not for sale, but there was one. I think it was a TM in the store. It was a Scar H.
The one that we had?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Saw
have a
that
couple of recoil shotguns that we got and just kind of mess around
one.
with. I don't know if they were ever put up for sale because once you calculate, the transfer rate of the yen and the cost to get it
Oh,
over
they're
here because there's so
expensive.
few distributors, you're talking about $700.
Oh yeah.
Or
It's pretty
thereabouts
ridiculous.
for a TM gun, and nobody just really sees the value of it here in America. But if it's much more affordable in
Well,
Japan,
as well.
it's not too much more affordable in Japan. The dollar really wasn't
Well, at least
doing too
yeah.
good.
Yeah, well, at least you don't have to. Okay, you're using dollars, but at least you don't have to pay to get it shipped over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
The currency exchange and everything like that. So interesting. So you played in Japan. You're obviously back home right now. It's not Japan. What are you doing? What are you doing in California?
Well, California actually is my home state, I guess you could say. I've always been from California.
NorCal, though,
Yeah,
right?
NorCal.
Hella NorCal.
So I used to play like a little bit in NorCal, and that's kind of really where I got introduced to the airsoft scene.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I heard about airsoft. Yeah, I heard about the mecca. I remember you even said it in one of the messages. Like the mecca of airsoft is SoCal. So
Yep.
I was
all of the major distributors are here. All of the guns come in to the port of
Here
Los
first,
Angeles,
yeah.
and so that's why we get it here first.
Yeah.
And then I think when I'd set out a year ago, and I call each thing like an operation or a project or something. The mission was, instead of going on leave, because I've done it before, go on leave, sit home, play video games, maybe go airsoft once or twice. Like, man, I should really do something more adventurous, more awesome, more.
That's a good
And
idea.
then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to SoCal and I'm gonna like meet people that I want to meet, kind of network with the industry a little bit, network with people in the gaming industry, and then airsoft and play at all these fields that I've been seeing online.
Mhm.
And I know there's other airsofters out there who've been kind of doing this tour around the country. So
Mhm.
I'm doing something similar, but it's a little more localized in LA because there's a lot of business down here too. But yeah, that was my original statement. I remember I came straight to GI when I came here the first time. I drove straight from San Francisco straight to GI. I didn't have a place to stay, but that's where I went first. And I was like,
This was 2 years ago?
that was last
year.
December.
Dunk tank? Oh no, that wasn't dunk tank.
It was
Yeah.
last
The
December.
dunk tank was July.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
July.
So,
Yeah,
this is your third trip.
This is my third trip, and it's each trip has gotten
Getting bigger
that
and
much
bigger,
better.
right?
Like the second trip was like the first full week was E3, and I got networked with the Medal of Honor guys because they love airsoft too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I came down to see all the stores again, played at a lot of the fields,
You
got
were
some
at
good
our,
footage.
you were at our,
The
summer sale.
Mhm.
What was it called? I don't remember. I guess, but it wasn't the July sale.
I just remember that video where he's like playing the weatherman. It's like, yeah, be here.
Oh
on
yeah,
this
there's a
day.
strong sail
Oh.
trending toward this area.
Join
yeah.
this area. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I knew that was a good video.
I was like,
Yeah.
I had to be there. And
I
then
worked
that,
so hard.
that was a really good day. And yeah, that last trip was where I first got this gun right here, the LM4. Because that's basically when it like came out. And I was
You bought like
super
6 or
excited.
8 mags for that, didn't you?
I have 10.
Or there's that.
I have 10 mags for the LM4.
Hey, Sofa Awesome, no blasphemy in the chat, okay?
It's so awesome.
Yeah,
So
I
awesome.
can't ban them for going off of everybody. You know what I mean?
He's Yeah.
putting links together.
But,
pornography.
but yeah, I came down here and that was the first time I'd gotten to mess with my LM4, and it's definitely like gotten way more
Yeah,
decked out than
that's-
it was when I first got it.
Pretty righteous.
Yeah.
I know one of our coworkers just kind of
Crammed over your light.
had to clean himself
He's
after
like,
that tack
hey,
light
it's
he got.
strategic, huh? I'm like,
Is
yes.
this a safety?
Oh yeah, it's safe for the light so you don't accidentally activate it, or if it's sitting in your bag and something presses on it.
Huh.
And it is,
Very
yeah,
clever.
That's
go
sick.
on. Yeah, those guys are very forward thinking. That's what I love about that type of stuff.
Oh, Sally?
Mm-hmm.
Forward thinker? No.
Similar haircut. Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how my trip evolved. Now I'm on my third little mission. We just had this huge.
What is the
airsoft-
mission called this time?
Well, this time the whole trip in itself is called the Spartan Project, and it was
Where
like,
did you start it?
let's see, I started it basically like, well, kind of how I always start. I make a little video to invite different people into, you know, basically hanging out or doing things, making interviews and videos and stuff. And then it kind of branched off where this past Sunday we want to have this big game. Like at first it was just me and a bunch of friends, and then it was like, then I started inviting everyone. Before I knew it, like a lot of people in the industry were there, and then we
That's
had.
what I want to ask you about, because I mean, I obviously got the invite from you on Facebook, and then you kept adding people to the list, and I was like, how is he getting all of these people to show up? Like, how do you do that? You just give them a call and like, hey.
People have been asking me how I've been networking. Cause like I remember last time I was here, you know, I had through E3 and stuff. You know, KWA Mike was calling me a networking monster, and I was like, let's see how far I can take that. So, but
Just showing up. Hey,
but
my name's Greg,
it's really
FaceTime.
like it's hard to explain. Like part of it is just like reaching out to these people, because you'd be surprised how many when you reach out to people, they'll respond. Like when I reached out to you guys responded. It's basically it's the same principal concept. But and I guess I don't know, maybe being a veteran helps me, I guess, because you know I don't get a lot of time to do this type of stuff. But this specific event really was like veteran driven. We really wanted to get as many people involved as possible, kind of generate awareness for the cause, and just to help the guys out. And I just happen to know like a lot of different people, like and then I contacted people in the industry. You know, KWA pulled out like all stops, because usually it takes like what 2 months of prep to get that trailer out there. Like they need 2 months headway, and we did it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes them to do that, but it was definitely pretty awesome. They had
Oh,
their
yeah.
entire setup out there, so that was nice.
And then we had James C. Burns, who voices Frank Woods in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. I was really surprised to be able to get
I
him
thought
out
his
there.
name was Frank Woods.
Well,
He would introduce himself as Frank
Yeah,
Woods.
that's what he
Or
called
he'd say
himself.
Sergeant
he
Frank
does
Woods.
that a lot. Like he'll sign off on his videos like Woods out, and like I mean, because he like the character is him, and he is the character. There's some actors out there who will
Okay.
change their personality or their
Yeah,
voice.
they method actors. They just
Yeah.
get really, really into it. Like,
But like that's him. Like in his humor too. Even when he was talking to the KWA guys about how to beat Black Ops. So if you guys ever get a chance to see that video, it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's
he
pretty
gives
funny.
Hikaru from KWA like tons.
pretty
He's like-
big secret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, and then he messes with them a lot. But he had a lot of fun at the event. Signed a lot of stuff. In the store, actually, in the Black Ops booth, I gave you guys one of the signed things from Burns, so you actually
sweet.
have a.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna put that up in the booth.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's in there right now.
Oh, it
yeah,
did?
Daniel
Okay,
put
good.
it in there, so now you have a little treat from the event of something I brought. I was like, hey guys, you throw this in there. It's perfect. Yeah.
And
Easy.
they actually, I want to talk to you about Warfighter Airsoft,
Mm-hmm.
because that was a big a reason why, well, at least James C. Burns
Mm-hmm.
donated a lot of stuff from Black Ops 2 to support this organization, which got their patch right there. But those folks are trying to form a nonprofit to, get folks with PTSD or other veterans who just want to get more acclimated to regular society, just out there airsofting, just kind of have fun. They raised a fair amount of money from their raffle.
Oh, they did.
And I got to tell you, I talked to our assemblyman, and I told you this earlier today, he is so happy. He won the hardened edition of Black Ops 2.
See, you had like 50 of those raffle tickets.
100.
He handed them off to you.
I'm never doing that again. I'm never holding raffle tickets.
Everyone was like, Bob, you won again.
They were getting mad at me. I was like, these are for me.
I think I gave away like 3 guns too.
Yes, you did. The MP5, the PDW.
And,
Chris Bass gave away his AK.
Yeah,
Those your personal guns you
Those
gave
are my
away?
personal guns. I mean, it's a personal tradition of mine. When I go to an airsoft game, I usually give either something small. Like when I went to Jericho last year, in June, July, I gave away one of my airframe helmets because I had accidentally gotten 2, so I gave one away.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's just one of those, for me, it's like, I remember being a young airsofter coming up, and in the Army we do the same thing. When you got this new Joe coming in, we give them the patch, like, hey, this patch has been overseas, you give it to them, or like something that you have that's extra. Like,
you don't mess with the new guy?
no, well, of course they mess with the new guy. Well, like one of my buddies who I'd hope would be around, he was a Ranger in 3rd Battalion, and usually when they were leaving the Rangers, all the stuff that they had, like if they had everything they need to turn back in and they had extra stuff, they would give it to like the new guys or the guys who just got to the regiment. And so it's kind of carrying that tradition on, that kind of like, you're welcome to the airsoft community, welcome to the game. I mean, and that one kid didn't even have a gun.
Yeah,
I gave him the MP5 with all my MP5 mags.
I was going to mention that. Kurt, I hope Kurt doesn't watch this. I really hope or someone's not watching this. He won like a lot of guns. And people were getting mad. They're like, Bob, you can't just win all the guns. We're here. I was like, guys, these aren't for me. What do you want me to do? And
then you got that signed copy of Black Ops.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, he got that. He's set. And I ended up, I really hope he doesn't see this, but I ended up handing his raffle tickets out because he won what he wanted or what I thought he wanted. And then when I won the MP5, I think you were like, you got to give it away, man. I was like, we can't just hand it to someone and all these kids in front of me were like, oh, give it to me, give it to me. And then one kid who just standing behind the booth didn't have a raffle ticket was like, I don't even have a gun. And then looked down and I turned around and I was like,
I looked at you and it was like, hey,
yeah, you're like, do it.
That is a perfect
You gave him
story.
like 10 mags for that.
I'm
guy.
pretty
I
sure
gave him
Kurt
all my
won't
MP5
mind.
mags.
Yeah.
At least I hope Kurt won't mind.
I hope not, because he literally, those tickets were like gold.
I'm glad everyone had a lot of fun with the raffle too. But yeah, I mean, overall, it really helped the cause, because the cause really is just, the first objective really is to kind of bring veterans in together to acclimate to airsoft, because like being, an active duty guy, airsoft is a natural thing for me. It's a natural thing for a lot of the guys. And on the East Coast, where there's a lot of military bases, because there's not quite as many military guys out here. You'll see a lot of guys play it. I mean, Rangers, SF, MARSOC guys, everyone plays it just because it's natural.
This actually, I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Oh, no
but
problem.
so you're going back to Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg is
Now,
where?
that's in North Carolina. Good Lord, Tim.
So it'll be next
No,
year.
wait. I would really like it if you and any of your Army buddies would like to come out and play on Bob the Axeman's Rebel Forces on Tim vs. Bob Force. If you're free for March 16th, if you're free on March 16th, let me know if any of your buddies want to come down.
I'll
We'll
talk
get
to
you.
the guys. I got to see if the Army's willing to give us some of that free time. But if we can make it,
Let me know.
Can you schedule it? Can you tell the Army that you're busy that week? Is that how it works?
They own me, man. I can't tell them exactly.
You're an
what to do.
employee, right? This is a volunteer thing?
Well, it's not. Well, the thing is, you live the job. It's like
Of course,
it's
of
day,
course.
night. I mean, you own it. If they say you got to be there on Saturday at like 1 in the morning till like the next week at 1 in the morning, you're there. They
You
own
can
it.
tell them you got an airsoft game to go to.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
that'll
understand.
work out real well.
I was happy when I got to go to E3 because I was like, hey, sir, I'm putting in my leave for summer. I was like, there's this big industry event going on. I'd love to go. And that's how I came out last.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
E3 was an industry-only thing. How'd you get into that?
Well, okay,
Connections.
you know that mobile Xbox case thing?
yeah, the games.
Yeah.
Games. GA,
Because they're
EMS.
actually one of the guys who does the marketing for that is prior service too, and I was pushing that product a lot. He's like, you know what, we're getting ready to go to E3. I was like, man, that's so cool. I've always wanted to go. That well, I can send you an email and you'll be allowed to go. I'm like,
Nice.
what?
Send me that email.
Done, done.
Nice.
And I got and when I was at the show, he's like, this is our gift to you. You helped us a lot, and enjoy the show basically. So I got to do anything I wanted.
Anything you wanted?
Like,
Nice.
that's when I met the Medal of Honor guys. I took a picture with a Playboy model. I got to play a lot of the games too. But it was a really good networking event too. Really, really good. Actually, that was the first time I ran into Corridor Digital too, which actually was also at the event too.
Yeah, no, I airsoft with
They're
them for
pretty
quite a
good.
while. Yeah, they're fun to airsoft with. I'll give them that.
Nice.
That's something.
That's your phone.
Yeah.
It's charging right now.
Yeah.
No big deal. So, the Timpire may or may not be for you.
No, it's probably not for him. Rebel forces are probably his style.
Well, if he's got to work, he's got to work.
Telling the guy in full camo that he's going to be on the Rebel.
Hey,
forces.
there will be a camo component to the Rebel forces
Yeah,
this
but
year.
multicam is on my team, so
Whatever.
Well,
We'll
actually,
figure.
I got a different camo that you guys actually
I was
went to.
wondering about that.
You
Yeah.
guys actually, I actually heard about this camo first from you guys on one of your videos, the multi-cam tiger or all-terrain tiger.
Yep.
And then it was kind of funny how I ended up getting these pants because the owner or CEO of Predator BDU, he'd sent a package to me and was supposed to go to a guy in Afghanistan because I had ordered something, so I don't know how I got it. So I called him up. I was like, "Hey, this is not my package, but I could definitely help you out, send this to this guy who needs it because it was multi-cam pants." And they said, "Yeah." And then I finally got the pants I'd ordered, but he like covered the cost, and then I ended up getting some free tomahawks too to review.
Real
And,
tomahawks?
Real tomahawks. Like the Voodoo Hawk from Medal of
Oh
Honor.
yeah.
I gave it to my buddy because he was with the regiment, and
Bob
it's
has
quite
a lot of good
fitting.
experience with tomahawks.
Oh yes, yeah. And then I was also gonna try to talk to G Code, see if they could make a holster for it, so when he goes overseas, he can really like legitimately
probably.
use it.
When we
for
were filming
combat
the
stuff.
BBT thing, maybe we should tell the story, but do you know this one already?
I'm trying to say, which story?
Basically,
It's
the first AD, the first assistant director, when we were filming BBT, the beginning, Bob was set to do his fall.
I had to
over
fall off a building onto a
off the
pad.
balcony, yeah.
And after the
first fall, she's like, "Do you have anything sharp on you that could hurt you?"
I was
Bob's like,
well, I
"I've got
have this tomahawk.
right here."
And she's like, put that down. I was like,
Okay.
probably a good idea.
Probably should have done that before the first one.
Yeah. But it's funny because like the second fall, like when I hit the big pad, like my sidearm just slammed into my hand. I was like, oh god, that wasn't what I was expecting.
We
to
gotta
do
do it again.
damage. Yeah.
I wish we could have got more of that fall. We have all the footage.
I have
We
all
should
the
make
footage, yeah.
we'll make a fall
He's got it
montage.
in the archives,
Yeah.
or as I call it, the Jedi archives. That's where I
Yeah.
keep all my footage.
Jedi archives. Nice.
Ask Mr. Spartan about why you should like Halo.
Why do I like Halo?
Why
They were
should
asking me what
Josh
video
like
games
Halo?
I played, and I said I haven't been playing a lot of Halo recently because I don't have a copy of Halo 4 at the
I
moment. Bob-
Hey, we gotta play.
Bob does. So, but they were saying, like, oh, you should play Halo. It's amazing. And I was reading some of the reviews for the new Halo, and it seems to be a really great mix of kind of the COD style first-person shooters, the class setups and stuff like that, and then the Halo where it all kind of comes together really well. So,
They took things that made Call of Duty successful and they applied it to the Halo formula because the Halo formula is completely different from COD's.
right.
Gun, grenades, melee, but they applied what made Call of Duty successful with the little
Modular classes.
yeah,
and all
the
that.
class system and the upgrades and stuff like that, and they applied it to that, and of course it makes it a lot better. And the game's a lot faster because everyone can sprint. And what's cool about that game is all about headshots. Like there's there's few other like big shooters out there where you have to get headshots if you want to kill that guy. Like in COD, you can like shoot him in the foot on a whim if he's just barely running around the corner. You can kill him.
Well,
But-
hardcore, yeah.
Yeah, in Halo, you gotta get headshots, or you gotta know what you're doing with grenades, or just sometimes be lucky for butt stuff.
I think
Yeah.
the last Halo I played was the first one.
That was the best one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was the best
Adrian
one.
and I, it was right when the Xbox first came out, Halo first came out. I think it was one of the first games for the Xbox.
Holy crap.
We co-opted and beat it in one night, but that was really the last time I played Halo.
I did that with 3, I think.
I
just
will
stayed up all night.
revoke that statement and say that I love Halo 4 co-op, playing campaigns or just doing any of that kind of stuff. It's just so immensely fun. I don't think any other game co-op can kind of stand up to
I
that.
mean, Halo really put co-op on console on the map.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's always had that little multiplayer co-op and campaign.
I
and
think the only
everyone's
game that can
been-
really rival it so far that I've seen is probably Borderlands 2, as far as co-op.
Army of
Gear-
Two.
Gears of War had
Army
pretty
of
good
Two
co-op,
co-op.
too.
Oh yeah, Gears of War
Gears of
also.
War.
Gears,
Both
yeah,
of
Gears
those
of War is a
games.
pretty good one as
Gears of
well.
War,
The
yeah.
I
co-op
guess there are some pretty
works
good
really
titles
well.
in there.
Yeah.
This may seem a bit redundant, but did you ever play that U.S. Army video game?
Yes. I played America's Army.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's like I do it every day.
Okay, they got me, all right? It worked. But I still remember, I was like, I played America's Army, and then I did school in the game, and then when I
Yeah.
actually showed up to the real airborne school, like, yeah, you will be jumping out of airplanes. I'm looking at this tower, I'm like, I remember that from the game. And then, like, Then I'm like sitting, they got me hooked up, and then it goes, it's like being a puppet, like pull you up 200 and something feet. And I'm just like, this is just like the game. It's like, I remember in the game, I didn't land good. I messed it up. I didn't like flare my landing, and I totally had to do that over 50 times. Like, okay, it's just feet knees together. That's all you gotta do.
PLF?
Just PLF, yeah. I mean, no one really does a perfect
Parachute landing
PLF.
fall.
Yeah, no one really does a perfect PLF. But I was like, and then you just hear a chunk, and then the chute goes. It comes down, like, whoa, here we go. They're like, and some people make a mistake. They slip into the tower where they pull the wrong one. They go right into the tower. I was like, okay, pull. I mean, it's idiot proof. You just pull away from the tower. So I came down, I landed, and I was like, that just happened. And then the next week after that, we did the real thing with the planes and stuff, and that was crazy because it's shaking all over the place. And
just because I thought it was, I mean, it probably makes sense tactically and militarily. Nice. Now, you don't get a reserve when you jump a combat jump, right?
If you do a for real life reserve, I mean no one's done a real combat jump in a while, but if you're doing an actual we are full scale war combat jump 500-600 AGL.
There's no time for it to
your reserve
open.
ain't gonna do nothing really.
It takes 700 feet to open.
Because it takes 4 seconds for your main to open, and even then you might have 2 or 3 seconds to adjust, and then after that, and then it takes time for the reserve to open if you activate it.
Yeah.
So, to my knowledge, and to I mean, I haven't heard different while I was in division or while I was in any other unit at Bragg. Yeah, if you do a mass tac, you have no reserve in a for reals combat jump, because there's no point.
Didn't the 173rd do a combat jump in Iraq, in northern Iraq?
I can't remember. They might have. I know. There's a few units that do, and you'll be able to tell because their jump wings will have mustard stains on them. That's what we call them, mustard stains. That's a gold star.
Oh, okay.
But if you see a guy with a gold star, I mean that's a legit jump. I mean the only other jumps that were really crazier than that was World War II when the planes were getting shot out of the air and everything. But I'll take that over going on a beach though, because the beach you don't really have a lot of room to move. At least with the chute I could be like, I don't want to land there. This bad guy's there. I'll go over here.
Yeah.
I mean, given at night, you really can't see too well, and then you hit the ground, you put your night vision on, and do what you do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Touché.
It's a lot of fun.
That sounds righteous.
Oh yeah. What are they saying?
People are asking who's better at airsoft, me or Bob. To me, obviously.
Oh, you said you're the only one responding.
I clearly responded with Bob.
Thank you.
No, he didn't. He's lying to you.
What?
No, I really did.
You said they're both really good.
No, what I said was Bob,
being
and then
neutral.
Tim was like, no. I was like, I'm just trolling Tim, but they're both really good players.
We both have very different play styles, I
Yeah.
would say.
Well, I mean, you roll most
Mine
of
is
gas
winning.
blowback,
Yeah.
and you got your axe.
Yeah,
too,
melee
so-
kills and grenades, and Tim
and
doesn't
you-
use
I mean, your
grenades,
guns
sidearms,
are
or anything.
Most folks on high-speed guns or high rate of
My
fire.
guns are not high speed. Like the
Just
high
basically,
speed
just
stuff.
blast
High rate of
them.
fire, though.
Yeah.
Okay, the gun that I have that has a high rate of fire, I accidentally broke the last 2 teeth off of the sector gear, making it cycle faster. But the high speed guns these days, they have the dual sector gear and all that other mumbo jumbo. I don't have any guns with any of those things in them, so my play style is winning, and then Bob does whatever is fun.
You can. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that one. I was gonna say you can go to hell.
Which may or may not be
Look,
winning. Or
the
not.
way I figured out is it's if the score is fun to fun in the end, everyone wins. But mostly, if I had fun that day, we're good. So
Yeah, but if I technically win, then we're good.
then I just didn't succeed as much.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Which means
So-
you failed.
A
no.
lot of people are clamoring for information. Can we get a quick rundown of the gun you're using?
Oh, this
Oh
one.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Because
this
we all like airsoft guns, right?
Okay,
That's over here.
so-
So.
I got this gun back in June, July.
What is it?
It is a KWA LM4.
What have you done to it?
I swapped out the whole front rails because it came with the regular standard length rails, but
regular standard,
I was by the store and I put the standard defense rail on it. I took off the compensator at the end with the flash hider and put the miter and the AAC style because
So this is the stock 14-inch
That's the
barrel
stock 14-inch
with
barrel. I
a
took off the
10-inch
front-
rail or so?
Yep, I
give
took
or
off
take?
the front sight post.
Okay.
It was one because I was looking at KWA Allen's
Mm-hmm.
LM4 and I kind of got some ideas from that.
Mhm.
And I put Magpul furniture on ACS stock, Mo grip, Mo trigger guard, rail vertical grip, AFG. Some people are kind of wondering why I run both, but sometimes if I'm lazy, I'll use this. But I feel really aggressive stance, I'll use the AFG.
It's good to have
Do
both
you
though.
have the barrel extension that goes with this?
I haven't seen the suppressor that goes with that. All I've seen is just the compensator.
I think we have that in the front room.
It's not the same
Oh,
one.
okay.
What is it's an AAC one?
It's an AAC
I don't know.
Miter,
the model either, yeah.
but I like it because I don't like running stock stuff on the end. I like
Mhm.
having something that's unique and it's aggressive because like that just makes me want to muzzle thump somebody. Not gonna lie, but and then
Muzzle thump, is that what that's called?
yeah, when you because
Gotcha.
it's like combatives thing. And then moving on top, I got M-bus sights, and then I have my little see if I can
3 times zoom
3
magnifier.
times magnifier, and then I got my little red dot right here with the raised mount too, which is
That's
pretty nice.
A micro T1 replica, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah. It's, these are both made by AMP, so you can get them both coinciding, so you should check it out.
And they're affordable.
Now, you also have rail covers, but I want you to touch on that flashlight because one of our marketing
Oh,
members
yes,
just
yes.
freaked out
okay.
over it.
So, I was looking for a illumination device, and I've always been looking at what Haley Strategic has been doing, and then just recently I saw they had this light. It's an Enforce light with the Haley Strategic logo, and I can't remember if it was the drop wing mount or one of their other mounts, and you can get it in tandem as one thing.
Oh, really?
So you don't have to buy them separately. You get it as a one deal package, and it's really ergonomic. Traditionally, I think the mount is supposed to sit on top of here, and the light is generally in the same spot. But I just changed it because my M-bus front sight was up here. But I love it because it's really ergonomic, and like I said, you saw that our guy was pretty happy with what he saw.
Oh, you have that!
You have that, yeah.
He just
yes.
freaked out immediately. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
was-
that expensive either. You said
Yeah,
the
it
light
was
was
like
only like
100,
150
120,
bucks or something like that?
That's
I can't. you'd have to
relatively
check out
affordable.
You'd have to
for
check out the
an
sight.
LED, obviously it's an LED, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I love it. And plus, it's so ergonomic. It's out of the way. There's no wires, there's no remote, anything, and and it's got a really good pressure pad. And I actually used that when I was responding to a little emergency after one of the airsoft game, after the Sunday airsoft
yes,
game.
the car on fire.
Yeah, there was a car on fire, and I pulled over like ahead of it because I had seen no emergency vehicles. I needed an illumination device because it was night, so I took this off my LM4 and I was running in the night with my little flashlight until I got to the people to make sure they were okay.
Pretty solid piece of
Very
gear.
good. And it has a safety.
Oh yes, that way it doesn't get activated on accident.
I always
Pretty
hate
slick.
that on the
No,
pressure
yeah.
switches on my guns. Yeah, I pull them out of the gear bag and it's just out of
Dead
batteries.
battery.
dead.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Curses
Bring-
again. Why do I
bring it-
not take care
I
of my
always
stuff?
bring a toolkit that's got extra batteries in it because I know Murphy's Law.
Your stock holds batteries, does it not? Or is
Oh,
it
well,
CR123s?
yeah, you can put batteries in. You can put all kinds of
Oh, that's
stuff
what these
in
are
there.
for, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can put the regular batteries in too.
What kind of stock is it? It's
ACS stock?
ACS.
Yeah, you can put them in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tan and black motif. It's really cool.
Mhm.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere.
I can't go anywhere else.
And like I said,
like
this
it.
started as a actually one of the custom LM4s from GI. It was just, it had the regular front rails on it. That was the only thing different, man.
Oh, this was a custom LM4.
Yeah, it was
when
it
you
was
bought
it, yeah, it was an LM4, and all you guys did was you had
change
the
the
regular
rail, right?
change the rails.
So it was
on
an LM4 wrist, basically, is what we made.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. And
Cool.
yeah, I got some tips because at the summer sale when KW Allen was there, that's where I got all the tips from. I was like, what do I need to do to make it look like this?
Mhm.
And yeah, and then I went in and I bought the parts during the sale, and then
That's
I
a good
went
time
home
to
that
buy
night.
stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
I went home that night and I made it happen, and it evolved into what it is now. It was pretty nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I honestly had no idea it was an LM4 until I picked it up. I was like, oh, it's a sweet AEG. This is an LM4. Yeah, you did a good job on it.
Greg wouldn't use an AEG.
You've got a lot of AEGs, huh? Yeah.
You guys probably saw the trunk I had. My car is literally filled with AGs. At
He
least.
had a box. You guys can't see. It's like this big by
It's a
this
tough
wide.
box. It's a
Just
Gorilla
of
tough box.
magazines.
Oh yeah, and then
Just
I had
the
a box-
magazines.
Yeah, my mags. I have God knows how many mags. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's why I was giving stuff away. because
Understandable.
Too much stuff. But not that I'm gonna give everything away, but if someone was deserving and like I didn't need it, here you go.
I understand what you're talking about because I've given stuff away too. Well, I mean,
when? I've never heard of this.
Well, I'm not giving any of it to you, but
He
family
gave me
members.
MP7 iron sights one time.
He did give you MP7 iron sights.
My uncle was interested in playing airsoft, so I hooked him up with some gear and a gun and stuff like that. But I mean, you get to a point where you just kind of like,
You
what am I gonna
accumulate
do
a
with
lot
all
of
this
stuff.
stuff?
Yeah, like you saw that picture of my room when I was getting
Oh,
ready
yeah,
for the game, and I was
yeah.
like,
so
I'm
much
one man
stuff.
with two hands, and I have like, I mean, yeah, I love choices. If I could, I would have like Haley Strategic's office with the wall of guns like this,
Mhm.
and I just choose
I
which
haven't
one I want to
seen
use.
that
You haven't
office.
seen the conference room?
No.
It's a conference room with tables and leather chairs, and there's guns lining everything.
Oh.
It's just guns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is my future.
Peter actually posted that on Facebook and said that that's what the KW conference room is going to look like
Oh,
whenever
that's
they make one.
Awesome.
I think they have conference
They do, but it doesn't have
it's
any
not
guns in it.
decked out yet.
Their conference room's kind of
Yeah, it's last. Actually, I'm not gonna say this.
Actually, their conference was pretty nice.
No, their costume is great. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say what I was gonna say.
There's just no guns in it.
Yeah.
No guns. Need guns.
They did have remote control tanks though.
Did they?
Yeah. I'll
It's
discuss
a
that at a
good way
later
to
date.
bother each other during lunch.
Yes, it is.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the weapon right there.
that is pretty darn awesome.
Now, have you taken apart the two-piece barrel and attached this to the shorter?
No. Basically, I just kept the stock barrel and I just slapped that on there. Really.
Might look, in my opinion, because I like shorter guns.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I
Like,
know.
uh,
I know.
Is it an innuendo, Bob?
Yeah, that was sexual
Is
innuendo.
it an innuendo?
Well, you play with what you used
Because
to.
I'm Asian, huh?
Yes. No, half Asian. That said, wow. Do you mind if I hold it?
oh, go ahead, play with it. You know, do whatever
Oh,
you
that
want.
was another unintentional sexual innuendo. Okay.
There's so many.
Sweet. Yeah, no, this flashlight is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Gonna
tempted
blind
to get
Josh
one.
with it. He's probably like, I can't see now.
What am I saying in Morse code?
0, Bob.
No, no.
Zero.
Get
Zero.
me a ice cream cone.
Because I guess you
Ooh.
guys were
I'll
saying you
get
guys
you
were
ice
both
cream
gonna pick up
cone, but I need
LM4s, or that was one of the things you guys were both looking to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a new version next year. I think, maybe.
I believe-
The LM4C just came
Yes.
out.
Oh, yeah.
The,
The compact,
compact
yep.
version, which is pretty cool.
That might be, yeah, that's probably what you probably would want, and you put like.
Well, see, the thing is that the LM4 comes with a convertible barrel.
Mhm.
The 14-inch barrel you can take off but you just have a longer inner barrel. So you can either cover that up with a barrel extension, or you can get a shorter barrel. So it just depends. So if you get the LM4C, you don't have to worry about it. But if you want the ability to go back and forth,
See, I want to go the opposite direction. I want to get a longer barrel.
He wants to build a DMR.
I remember you were talking about that, and that's actually one of the things I was thinking about too. It's like, man, a gas blowback DMR.
Wouldn't that be just
would
like
be cool.
so sick, right?
Because you'd just be sitting there, and then it'd be like, pop, pop, pop. And
The
like, you
thing
just-
about that though is that you really need the shorty mags
Oh yeah, to get
You
lower
get
to
a
the ground.
25 rounders
to get it lower. Yeah,
or
that's
20
how
rounders.
KW makes it.
make the shorty mags.
Yeah, exactly.
Or somebody should make the shorty mags. I guess it doesn't have
Well, I
to be
mean,
KWA, but
well,
it'd be nice.
Be nice if they did.
I think it
They
probably
do
would be
pretty-
KWA.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be, is what I'm saying.
But their mag
It's,
system
you
for
know,
the L4 is pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
definitely really good, but you know, they've got a lot of stuff on their plate.
Definitely
they can't
very
get around
weighty
making
too.
the mags,
Reminds
yeah.
me of work.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I've kind of stayed away from the LM4 for a long time. Even though I have wanted one, it's just the extra weight of all the magazines and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't notice it was too bad.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
you're used to wearing road gear. I'm a
Blades.
civilian.
Wait, this is something it's good to bring up because I noticed looking at the L4 PTS, the Magpul edition that you and I were looking at, the Magpul mag says that it's the fully loaded weight, which is they're trying to get the
roughly
weight.
about a pound or so.
Yeah. So how similar is a fully loaded LM4 mag to a fully loaded?
It's pretty accurate.
It's identical.
A fully
Okay.
loaded
Identical,
30
yeah.
rounder, not that I know. 'cause I
Not
live
to
in
mention, like, I
California,
mean,
but,
if you wear real plates, that adds even more weight.
Yeah.
That's fun. Especially when you're jumping off something high and land like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I don't do stuff like that.
Hmm.
I'm too delicate.
But that's my baby. I love that thing. It's
Yeah.
the queen of my armory until I get that certain gun.
Queen of Battle?
Tim, please see
Oh.
this
It's
message.
the artillery. Right?
Well, queen of battle is the infantry.
I
The
see it.
Oh, no, King of Battle.
King of battle is the artillery.
I thought, yeah, King of Battle puts the balls where the queen wants it.
Yes, I mean
That's what I've heard.
there's so many different little
What is
things,
that?
The
different sayings.
what is it? The artillery is the king of
The
battle.
artillery is the king of battle, and infantry is the queen of battle.
Yeah.
And then there's like jokes on the internet where cavalry is like, yeah, cavalry is the one that keeps that. Well, that's never mind. That's
Yeah,
bad.
let's keep it okay for our viewers. Oh well.
Alright, that's the military for you.
Yeah, very true. Well, Tim, I'm sure there's like a couple of things we can talk about.
Well, I'm curious, where are you planning on taking, you're calling this the Spartan Project,
Mhm.
right? Where is it going from here? How much
It's-
longer do you have on leave?
I have till the 1st on leave, but I'm spending that second half with Christmas and stuff up
With
with
your
the family.
family,
But I will be hitting up CQB City up there, so I'll be saying hi to Milson Junkie Arwin up there.
Mhm.
Definitely always love that place.
Hmm.
Like I say here, yeah, I'm just kind of going through, just linking with everyone in the industry. I think tomorrow I should be seeing my buddies over at KWA.
when are you going to CQB City?
The 30th.
The 30th.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's when Milson Junkie told me would be the best day to go, so, and because it was like 1 or 2 days before I leave, I was like, perfect. So,
Nice. Yeah, I've been meaning to go up there, but I hear it's a great place. I just haven't been able to find time recently. So.
but yeah, the whole, and I think one of the reasons this whole thing kind of kicked off, like the Spartan Project, or each of my previous operations or previous vacations, I guess you could say, was, when you're in the Army, there's a lot of guys who get out and they're just lost to the wind. They have no idea what to do. None of their skills really transfer to the civilian market. So I was like, well, man, I should really like kind of like go and network a little bit, or meet people, or just have an adventure and just really be ingrained into the environment that I could possibly be in, or with the people who are different, like game development, tactical gear, airsoft, and anything that my skills would probably transfer to. I'm asking, just networking into those areas, and I was like, man, that's a smart idea, because like, 1 or 2 years out from the Army, if you're not sure if you're going to stay in, that's one thing you should look at.
When is your contract up?
It ends. It was a 6-year contract. And it ends January 2014. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might have to re-up just to fit the deployment schedule. We'll see. It's all up in the air. But if I do end up getting out, I'd love to come down here and just be in SoCal,
the
where
airsoft thing.
the airsoft thing, or tactical gear, and like I said, the game development. I'm kind of working my way in multiple avenues, because you can never be too safe now. You gotta have multiple avenues in case something doesn't work out.
You gotta keep the doors open. Well, I guess for the last 10 minutes or so, we just take questions from.
Well,
Sure.
actually, Tim, I think we really should mention this expedited shipping, because it kind of is important.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead and do that, Bob.
No, why don't you do that? Because I remember. I remembered for you. That was my job. So
Okay, good job. Okay, so obviously we've been talking about how the fact that our expedited shipping has been more affordable recently, and we are operating at such a way in the back that we are operating very efficiently, so that we've moved our expedited shipping dates closer to Christmas. So today is the 18th, and it's the last day for you to order second day air. The previous date was the 14th, so we moved it up 4 days. Tomorrow you'll need to get your orders in if you want them before Christmas. You need to order them with next day air. There's no more USPS shipping options, but you can still get your Christmas gifts in before Christmas if you order. Well, today's pretty much over already, so you order your stuff by tomorrow with next day air. As long as it comes before the next day air shipment, you will get it before Christmas.
There you go.
Barring stuff being out of stock and stuff like that. So you can still get that Christmas gift. Go ahead and get your orders in Airsoft GI and select next day air shipping. Tomorrow is the deadline for that, because I don't think that UPS is delivering on the 24th, which is next Monday. Is that next Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday.
Shoot, that's coming up fast.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, you order your stuff next day air and you'll have it before Christmas, no problem.
Another thing I would like to personally mention, Tim versus Bob 4 tickets went live, I believe, last week.
Yes.
So, whether you're interested in fighting for the Tim Power, don't do it. Or you want to fight for Bob the Axeman's
The
Rebels.
losing team.
Go to hell. Then I would suggest you sign up soon, because, there's honestly no telling how long those tickets are going to last. The game is in March 16th. I believe we had a lot of, walk-on players the last game.
We had, we had 280-ish, almost 290 players registered, and then we had 50 people walk on.
80.
No, that was the preliminary number, but it was actually ended up being 50 or so that walked on. But even still, that's a lot of walk-ons.
Yeah, that's hard to handle, yeah.
Exactly, that's almost 25%. So yeah, pre-register for the game. That'll definitely help us out. It'll also help you out too, because you'll be in the game for sure. You're going to want to sign up for the Timpire, because we're clearly going to win. Plus, we have cooler camouflage like multicam, woodland. It's going to be a lot more helpful on the East Coast. Bob's team are in civvies.
No, we're going to be either in civvies or the
desert colored,
or the more military component is going to be in tan colored gear. I wanted green, but you kind of
like ATACs.
Yeah, I'm possibly going to be wearing ATACs. Yeah.
Are you gonna wear ATACs?
I
don't
gotta
think foliage ATACs.
No,
I gotta buy
tan
foliage
ATACs.
ATACs now?
Oh, that's right. You can't
I
wear
have a
foliage
full
ATACs.
kit in foliage ATACs. That stuff works great in Japan.
You've seen Star Wars, right?
Yeah, the Rebels.
Yeah, right.
The Rebels
See?
camouflage.
Yeah.
That might be quite fitting, actually.
Yeah.
Rebel Alliance.
Rebel Alliance.
Rebel Alliance versus the Empire.
Yeah,
The
but you like
Timpire.
green.
Yeah, the green. So clearly we're gonna win.
No, you're not.
We have the more skilled players. We have the better camouflage.
I disagree completely.
You are gonna have the numbers, which you already do. You're actually winning handily in signups right now.
Why? What are the signups?
I don't know, but last time I checked, you were winning many times over.
Well,
but there's still a lot of time for people to sign
the
up.
firepower of each of my individual rebels has not been exceptional in the past. So we'll
Firepower reach?
Yeah, no, I just said the firepower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you did some good battlefield maneuvers, you could probably trick them.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you have more numbers,
Other
you
than
can,
just the kamikaze
you can-
rush,
well, you can
Falcons have
probably
the
the
utilize,
wave
like,
attack.
You can utilize certain tactics into making the enemy think you have a lot more guys than you really have, and because you have more guys, you can do that in more places and to make me feel like an overwhelming a much more overwhelming force.
Well, I think the issue that I had is like, there were a lot of people that wanted to get into the fight, but they also had their sights set on just going straight down this road to the end and just getting shot. Like, I'm sure Josh was present. I was like, look, do
Josh
not
was
go to the
present
end of this road.
On the shooting end.
Yeah, he was the one shooting my rebels.
It was human wave attacks of 12 to 15-year-olds, so it was quite impressive.
It was just
2013.
Yeah, yeah. Coming 2013 on Bob's team. That's
I was very proud of my team, especially the folks that fought in the jungle. It just that one road was a really tough part because it was so tempting to walk down. But right as you got to the end of it, it was like getting shot from 3 different angles. They would get there, and it was like that end of the movie, The Platoon. It was like, why?
I'm more equated to Enemy at the Gates. When the first soldier in front of you dies, you pick up his rifle and continue firing.
That's not as cool. Well, it was really fun. There were a lot of badass explosions. I'm really excited for Ballahack Airsoft because it's one big gall darn field. So
Yeah, so March 16th is going to be Tim versus Bob for the Eastern Front. It's going to take place at Ballahack Airsoft, which is in Chesapeake, Virginia. So if you're going to be in North Carolina, you're in the neighborhood-ish. So hopefully those dates work out for you, Greg.
Maybe I could put in a pass.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to let them know. You got something important to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ballahack should be lots of fun. The Tim Pie versus Bob's Rebels.
Yes, that is correct. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should mention. There's coupon codes at Clean Canteen, and we've got actually a new custom gun right here. But since we're almost out of time, we can talk about the Raging Hippo later, I guess.
We'll talk about the Raging Hippo later.
Until next time.
Yes.
Ru Wong.
What is your YouTube again?
Rouge Wong. That's Red Wong.
Yeah, they meant to say Rogue, I assume. But
Rogue.
Oh, Rogue Wong.
I'm
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
Raging Hippo. So what is your YouTube channel?
my YouTube channel is exactly this, Spartan117GW. So it's literally Master Chief's name/serial number with a GW at the end. It's really easy to find, and you'll find all kinds of cool stuff on there.
Yeah, I think there's action gameplay.
Yeah.
There's you at E3.
There's videos of like.
Your trailer for the Spartan Project was really well done. When I saw that, I threw it up on our Facebook.
Oh yeah,
channel
I saw that. I was like, yes.
I was like, dude, that trailer's really cool. Like,
Well, there's some of him doing like the army stuff.
yeah,
using
I
the
know.
blanks.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That was legit. And then obviously the E3 footage and everything
Say,
like that. Yeah.
That one of those clips where I had the saw and like we got ambushed, and I was so pissed because like click, like oh, because the thing is like I was just like in that mode. It's like my guys could be getting killed. I'm like, oh my god, fixed.
How long does it take to reload that?
Well, I didn't
Oh, was it
reload it.
jam-
It was just
Oh,
like
okay.
something didn't feed, and I was like, oh, pop a feed tray, seat the ammo again, rack it real quick, and like I got back in it, and then I was so pissed off that I knew exactly where the fire was coming from. I was like, Bob, Bob, and then I started shifting, and I saw one of my guys started cutting across, and that last clip in the trailer, you hit me like, watch your left, because I was like, they're right there, and like shooting. I'm just like, and like I actually didn't have my camera on for that second ambush because that was a near ambush. And then there was another
Like a
near
training
one.
mission or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
There was another near ambush, and I still remember distinctly. Like I shot the whole group of guys, and then one guy came running right at me, and there was just like no breaking the fire. I was just basically like, and like he like. And then,
Are you shooting
Blanks.
ammunition?
Crazy
Blanks.
Miles gear.
not really. It was,
Okay.
it was just
How do they know when
admin
they
kill.
get hit?
Admin kill. It was basically if you're like lighting the guy up, yeah, he died. It was one of those situations where like they had
Those
people.
situations
over-
where airsoft would have been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Although I will say, man, it was loud as hell.
Firing
And then
real ammo though.
the guy was like
That's
running
so
at
much.
me, and I was shooting him like laying into him with the saw, and he just like, ugh, and like, he like pulled out like, damn, this is real. I was just like, man, I was like, I didn't record it. I was like, oh my god. That would have been
pretty
so
sick.
awesome because he crumbled to the ground. I was like, oh! And then, I went until I clicked back. I was like, well, they did say go black on ammo, and I was like, oh, put the new thing on. And I was like, oh, we're good to go again. I was like, all right, let's go next mission.
Nice. Very
That was
cool.
fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your footage. I'm sure you recorded everything
Oh yeah, yeah.
you did.
I didn't get as much
game.
gameplay this last event, but
You didn't
but-
play that much.
Yeah, but well, the event. Well, I knew I wouldn't. It was more. There was more than just playing for me. It was just like I had doing a little media piece, but
We had some time on the battlefield
yeah,
together.
yeah. That
That
was
one
cool.
door that no one would go in. We're like, we're
The-
going,
the
Greg.
same-
We're going.
the Same Santa, and I was like, I went in there, and then like, yeah, and then, like my bolt like locked to the rear right as like I came face to face with the guy. I was like, duh. I was like, duh.
Yeah.
No speed reload would have saved you there.
No. Oh well. Well, that was a lot of fun. I was happy I went, and I'm happy
I'm
you
glad
showed
you
up
guys.
too, Tim.
I'm glad you guys came. It means a lot to everybody, and it was an amazing event. you know, in the end, you know, you know, the organization and like the people that we want to help are ultimately the winners. And I think all of the airsofters were just surprised to see how many people in the industry and the gaming industry were there, and it was really great. Everyone got to cross network a little bit, and I know you had a good chat with Burns. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. He was commenting on my Tomahawk and how it's good to have something when, well, it sucks when you don't have something you need immediately. So it's good to have the Tomahawk there.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
So, yep.
All right, well, it's 7 o'clock.
Nerf kill! Someone asked me to shout it out loud, so there you go.
I think it's time to call it a night. Greg, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey,
It was
thank
really
you for
awesome.
having me on the show. And it's
great
It's
that-
definitely an honor to be here. And
Absolutely.
there's so many people out there who are probably dying to be here, and I'm sitting here.
Do a
right
Q&A, do a Q&A. Does anybody mind staying a little longer?
I'm fine.
now. I'm cool.
Okay, ask your questions. Quick. Go.
Quick,
Shotgun.
go. Isn't there like a lag?
I don't know.
I can sign your axe if we happen to meet or you're at the walk-in store.
Greg,
Push-up
push-up challenge.
I,
Against Bob.
I did a video about that. At,
Oh, I saw that.
MLG.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
beat
yeah.
a bunch of like really buff civilians at this push-up contest.
Because you're really light.
Yeah, you are a pretty lightweight.
You're a high speed, low drag, right?
Yeah,
I was, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
that's the idea.
ESGI at Folding Gap 2013. No promises. That would be really cool. to
Yeah,
go
that
to,
would
though.
be awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to that event because that's the big one.
I'd never even heard of it until this past year.
It's like
apparently
tanks
like 1,000
there, and
people
like
there.
yeah, because all the guys on the East Coast always talk about that.
Oh, sorry. You just reminded me of something.
You just did something I normally do.
Because you said there was tanks at Fold the
Tanks
Gap.
and
I'm having-
anti-tank weaponry and all
A
that
couple
good
of
stuff.
guys have emailed me about bringing their ATVs out to the Empire. Because they're like, Tim, we have vehicles, can we bring them? I'm like, I will talk to Ballahack about that.
Can you
Did
run?
someone said the same thing in Tim vs. Bob 3. He was like, yeah, I can bring my like full-on tank. I was like, dude, that'd be awesome. Just drive it in. Don't ask me.
The rebel tank. The rebel tank.
Rebel tanks. We need rebel
It has
armor.
like rebel markings on it. It's like,
Yeah.
No, they're
full-
totally going to be the
Love a
Empire ATVs for
Do
the
you guys have
show.
guidons, like flags, like people with like a flag of your side, like like.
I did have a flag for
There-
my side.
Like
yeah.
there's one thing in battle in history. When you see your flag running into battle, everyone just gets charged up, and you just want to get in the fight and like destroy. I mean that's why they did it, and that's why the flag is still on the uniform backwards, because that
It's
you're
going into battle,
You are charging
yeah.
into battle, and like that's one of those things. Even when I watch like Civil War movies, and I see like the flag waving, like let's do it, let's get in there,
Yeah.
let's win this.
I had
Great idea for us.
I had the blue flag of Bob
Like,
actually
you see both
at
sides
the
of
last
it.
one.
Flag of Bob.
That's what it was called. So technically the acronym is Bob.
You gotta make it so you have like one guy who's
Bob.
You gotta make it so you have a guy who's dedicated to carrying the
No,
flag.
no,
and then
no, I had a flag
yeah,
bearer.
and if it go and if he
goes
dies,
down, someone has to
picks
pick it up.
and you go straight into that fight until there's no one left.
I actually tried to solve that problem by putting the flag in my shotgun scabbard and then just holding the axe,
It
but
kind of like it gets in the way too.
well, it actually kept covering the camera. So I was like, oh, flag bearer, come back.
Switchback. No, you cannot use coupon codes for the BBT4 tickets. Sorry.
Nice try though. It was
Yeah.
good, smart maneuver.
It's not
Intelligence.
terribly expensive.
No,
it's
not-
$50. And actually, when we talked to Ballahack, they said that their normal one-day games are like usually in the 60s or 70s or something
Yeah,
like that.
so this is more of a-
This is a little more affordable than your average weekend at Ballahack Airsoft.
I would agree.
But yeah, signups are real easy. You just sign up on our website and do it on our website.
What's it like working at Airsoft GI?
It's kind of like how you imagine it to be.
Anyone ever seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Anyone ever seen GITV Uncut? That's what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, we got this new gun.
Let's
Yes,
play with
let's
it.
shoot it.
Yeah, I was in the
In
store.
fact,
and like,
we're
everyone
headed
was
to
like,
HSP
"We got the
tomorrow
KRISS."
to film some stuff.
That's right.
We are. Oh, are you gonna be around tomorrow? You can come to HSP.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
I'll try to work. What time are you guys going?
We'll probably be down there 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10ish
10 a.m. or the 8
in the morning.
Damn,
Okay.
yeah.
In the morning.
That actually might work out.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll get your number. Yeah, I think Bob already has it.
Yeah,
right?
he's
He does.
already got my
See.
number.
Okay, cool. I'll have my people call
Networking,
you.
networking, right there, right there.
Urge Jihad, I'm working on a shotgun sniper, I'll let you know.
You're working on a shotgun?
Sniper.
A shotgun. Stuff.
That's two ends of the spectrum.
That axe that you gave to me at Tim vs. Bob 3 is working out exceptionally well. I actually keep it in my desk on the off chance I have to tomahawk someone who comes to the front door. I always practice on Tim.
That
Yeah.
silver one?
Yeah, the silver one. And I have all the the rainbow ponchos. You know the rainbow ponchos, right?
Yeah, sorry, I was
Yeah.
reading that.
Oh,
the
okay.
thing. They want us to do another run through the warehouse. Remember when we?
Oh
had
yeah,
to do
that was. That reminds me of the Toys R Us run.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
The great big.
They
run
don't
through
do
the
that
warehouse.
stuff anymore.
know.
That stuff, like, what happened? Like,
Dude,
our
Toys R Us
generation.
has been going out of business, man.
No,
There
they
was
think they
one on
declared
Gale
bankruptcy
that-
once. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many old school things that they don't do anymore that are awesome.
Yeah.
The run would be cool.
Get as much stuff as you can.
Yeah. I just like put my arm on the warehouse wall and just like put everything in the cart.
It's like,
Yeah.
Do you like
Backbone,
iced tea? I like iced tea.
I don't.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of iced tea.
I like
drink iced
I like
tea.
the Arnold
Probably
Palmers.
for the best.
Arnold Palmers are good.
Yeah.
If you get them at a fancy place, they line the rim with sugar, which tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was tuning out. What'd you say?
Drinks.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
A cocktail is.
I remember that story. That was fun.
How did the question come about?
I think like you asked it and I took you so literally that you started laughing.
That sounds
I
about
was
right.
Yeah.
wondering how you guys kept up with this thing. It's
It's
like,
not
it's like
easy.
a machine gun.
Yeah.
Do you like
Smartest
MRI?
shout out. What?
MRI? You mean MREs?
MR?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. MREs are alright. I mean,
I like MREs, but I don't have to eat them all the
after
time.
you eat them all the time, you get bored of them. But I mean, my first and favorite is probably beef stew. I love
Yeah.
beef stew.
I think
That's
I've
a
had
good
the
MRE.
beef stew.
Beef stew is a good MRE. But they're
Do you make the MRE bombs? Because we have Marine friends, and they always
yeah,
mess around with each
yeah.
other.
Well, you take like the Gatorade ball, you throw the heater in there, and you maybe pour some water in the heater so
Mhm.
it continually expands, and then you throw it at someone who's not expecting it. It sits
Kaboom.
there, cooks, kadoosh, and it's like, oh, whoa, and the guy just runs
Probably
off.
not a good thing to mention on a program like this.
Well, how many of them have MREs? I mean,
I actually remember being in high school and middle school and going to pick
Does
up
MRE
MREs to
stand
try,
for
so-
meals refused to exit?
No.
refuse to exit what? Airplane?
No.
No.
Oh. No, you see, whenever I hear like a jump refusal, exit refusal, it's like a guy who gets to the door. Well, the jump master,
Oh, yeah.
will technically kick his ass out of the airplane.
Yeah.
I went skydiving once, and the guy was like trying to comfort everyone that was kind of like
He's
on
like,
the edge. He's like, "Don't worry, skydiving is just like jumping from an airplane." And then he jumps out because he was like the first one. And he was explaining to everyone what's going on.
Yeah, they always like complain, they're like, yeah, really sucks we have these student pilots. How many hours you got? 10? That's good. We'll get on the ground sooner or later.
It's like that
Well,
works.
you don't land with the pilot; you jump
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's
So
funny?
it
Whenever there's
doesn't
something
make it
wrong
relevant.
with the plane, you end up like they're like, oh, we gotta sit in the plane and land, as opposed to, well, why don't we just jump? There's something wrong with the plane.
Then
I
let's
got
get
this-
out.
I got this thing on called a parachute. You know, it'll do me a lot better than going down with the plane.
Indeed.
What's up, Phantom G23?
Delicious pho.
Ah, that's a good
Hey,
name.
back.
I haven't seen him in a while. Has he been? Has he been in the?
Tough to read.
Has he been here?
Some of those guys have funny screen names.
Yeah, the sofa.
I
That's
can't read
awesome. The awesome sofa. Hey guys, shout out Timpire.
What's up, Sofa?
The sofa, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. God, it's so hard to read. 'cause
Is
it's
there
so
a way
fast.
to control how fast that goes?
No, but I can
Not on this program.
go up.
Come to Hawaii. I would love to. It's been a while since I've been back
I did
there.
play Airsoft in Hawaii once.
Ash Bash?
I think it was at Power
They
Edge.
have Airsoft.
Power Edge has a little small
Mm.
CQB arena
Mhm.
right
Come to
at their store.
Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember because I got shot in the hand, but I got to shoot my brother too. It was
Nice.
Look who's inviting you to Hawaii. The GBB Demon.
Good. GBB.
No.
Mm.
They used to actually have like games out there for a while called this is the Ash Bash and Ash's Airsoft Hawaii, but I haven't heard about games like that going down for a long
Down
time.
to Jericho.
Tim, you guys talked about the walk-in store being open additional hours for the KRISS,
Yes,
right?
the walk-in store normally closes at 6:30, but today because we have the KRISS there, it's staying open until 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys are watching that are local, I see there's about 500 of you. If you're nearby the walk-in store, head over to the walk-in store, and yeah, go get your KRISS.
It could be yours, but one of them is gonna be mine.
One of them is KRISS.
Nice. Oh man.
Yeah, there is one over there waiting for you, so I did tell them about it.
Well, the longer we stay here, the longer you're not going to have your KRISS. So why don't we sign off for today, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Alright,
Absolutely.
Cool
take
deal.
care.
Goodbye.
Play safe, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Goodbye
ladies.
now.
Doing it live.
Would it
I like
be,
Bill O'Reilly, but that's a really funny clip.
Well, What's
Would
that?
it be breaking OPSEC if I just took a quick behind-the-scenes picture of the set or something?
I don't think so.
No, we've
Go
shown,
for it.
we've shown what's going on.
Oh, we gotta get that footage before you leave too.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
I'll make sure you.
What is OPSEC?
Operational security.
Okay.
So you don't post on Facebook like, hey, we're gonna do patrol down this canyon.
Like for example, the location of this building is highly OPSEC.
Yeah, definitely is. Address.
What is that thing from Pirates of the Caribbean? The island that
Tortuga?
nobody knows unless you've already been there or something like that?
Yeah.
Isla de Muerta?
Isla de
Isla de Marco.
Isla Muerta.
It's an island that doesn't exist except for those that have already been there. So I don't know. Never mind.
Are we live?
We're live!
We're live!
Oh.
Rah.
We're doing it live!
On the airwaves. Yeah.
We are 8 minutes early too.
Oh wow.
Well, we're just, we always go on. We gotta do the Facebook thing and the Twitter thing, the thing and the thing.
We're wearing almost the same jacket today.
So Josh, you
So
basically
mine's real
run
and
the
yours is
whole, like,
fake.
Shut up, man!
You have a fake jacket on. It's not a real jacket.
I don't know who makes
I
this.
moderate as much as I can, and then Mark helps me.
Don't say it if you
got
buy it.
150 people.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because you just call
Just
it.
in case they're sponsor of ours.
God. Well, okay. Good save on that one, I guess.
Shout out. Another one.
Prize
Dude.
Fighter 305.
Ricard? Jostrom?
Solstrom?
Solstrom?
We were chit-chatting earlier today with
It's 3 a.m. his time.
Oh, really?
No, it was 3 a.m. his time and
No.
2 a.m. our time.
No. When the show goes live, it's 3 a.m. their time.
Oh, I thought he was saying it currently was
No,
3 a.m.
because he was on the chat earlier
Yeah.
today, like in the afternoon, and then I was like, oh, cool, Ricard, time difference, blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, when the show goes live, it's 3 a.m. my time. I was like, oh shoot, that's awesome. So you're cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty awesome.
And also, tell me how to pronounce your last name because there's a lot of letters there I don't recognize.
Well, Ricard is pretty easy.
Yeah, but there's the O with the dots and then the SJ something something.
I saw some of the names for, I'm not sure
Is it
exactly
Jostrom?
what language it is that writes that way. I think it might be Finnish. But there is some just like crazy
Are you
lettering
Finnish?
going on there for their... No, but I know a band who is Finnish that I really enjoy. And it's Tigaros.
Are you
And they have
finished?
some very crazy looking signatures in their name as well, so...
There's also some crazy attractive women out there.
Bravo
Yeah.
22. Look at me. Hello.
See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about in chat, guys. Like,
Yeah, stop doing that. You're
that's
spamming.
some spam stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little kicksies so you can go think about.
Boss Airsoft, you've been shouted out. What else we got?
What rank are you, Greg?
I'm a
Sergeant.
sergeant.
And Sergeant Greg Wong.
Last time you guys saw me, well, in-
Corporal,
yeah,
right?
You were a
Well,
corporal.
no, in July I was a sergeant. In in July I was a sergeant. In last December I was still a specialist.
Wow. Swift.
Yeah, well, I've actually seen people get
Damn.
sergeant in 2 years. Though we call those fast track guys.
Oh, yeah?
2 years.
Yes. Like my first sergeant was a 21-year-old guy.
Are you going to become an officer? Still thinking about it?
That's a different path. Like we'll see. I mean,
Wait, there's a guy you know that became first sergeant in 3 years?
no, a sergeant.
Oh, okay. I
Ricard's
was like,
sergeant.
wow, that is
He is?
really fast.
What's up, man?
From Sweden.
Ricard from Sweden.
Which one is he?
3 a.m. The one that says Ricard.
Ricard, Sweden. Yeah, that's
Dedication, man.
pretty clear.
Awesome.
Didn't you think he was from Iceland last time or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, sure. You go ahead and make up stuff like that.
He's
Bob.
from.
No, you
the Dutch.
said that. Whatever.
It's from the
He's
Dutch.
from the Dutch.
The Dutch.
That was so funny.
Where was that one from?
I saw that.
Did you watch that episode?
I saw
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Wait, wait.
I
Where,
just-
where's that one from?
That was the Friday sale.
You mean?
Because we're like a crazy Dutch guy was in the room, and I was like, "Oh, you crazy Dutch guy from
The Dutch.
The Netherlands.
That finished is already like
Americans, we don't know geography.
Yes, we do.
We know Mexico and Canada, and that's it.
It's bad
Asia. Never
considering
heard of
the,
it.
you know, travel over there all the time.
Right next
We're
to
locked in.
Germany? Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do.
Can I pick up any of these things on the table?
Yeah. Not yet.
Oh. So close, yet so far.
Airsoft, bro, man. You get one more freaking. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not.
Wow, you are not in a forgiving mood today.
What are you doing?
Mine is sort of like a bulky backside. See, I was kind of
Yeah.
playing neck guard. I mean, I can make this into a hood.
That's because your hood is stuffed in it.
Yeah, I know, but I was just curious, does yours do the same thing?
Yes. Well, not exactly in the same fashion, but it does have that. I'm already signed into Twitter.
To Twitter. I'm already signed in.
I just want to get my hands back on that.
That's what she said.
The GTX 5.
I can't think of something to follow that up with.
I am logged into
Basically,
Twitter.
Whoa there! There's no request token for this page. That's the special key we need from applications.
They're basically almost the same.
Effing thing sucks.
Yes, Tim has the fancy jacket.
This is the this old thing.
That's funny.
What's the difference between Tiger Woods and Santa?
Hmm.
I feel like that has something to do with
Ellen Nordegren?
Which trails?
no, indirectly maybe. I don't know. I give up. What is the difference between Tiger Woods and Santa? Santa stops after the third hoe.
That's pretty good.
That is good. It's a knee slapper.
That's your elbow.
What?
I'm sorry.
I would love to do that, but I was gonna figure out how to get to them. Because we had a company.
Oh man. Well, do you want to talk about something since we're just kind of sitting here?
No, we don't start for 2 minutes. We're just gonna sit here and listen to these guys and read those guys. And make sure our frame is correct.
How much are the ghillie suits? Those are around $70 on our website, made by Condor. I believe they come in a variety of sizes and colors. We've got the desert version. We also have the woodland version. But you know, if you want to have something that's more customizable to your terrain, your home terrain, you're probably going to have to build your own. But as far as, you know, a ghillie suit right out of the bag, you know, if you live in very woodland terrain or very desert terrain, those are great ghillie suits to have. But definitely a little tough to you know, put local foliage in there because everything is stitched into the ghillie suit.
When is the KRISS coming out? It is out currently, actually.
Yeah, you know,
Currently at the store, we are staying open until 9 p.m. We normally close, I think, at 6:30 or something like that today.
Yeah.
We're staying open until 9, so that if you just happen to get off work, or if you're local, I don't know how many of you guys are local, I know Ricard's not, but you can stop by our store, and the KRISS will be there. Magically.
And you know what's cool is that, was it AIM Sports?
AIM Sports, yes. AIM Sports has a flashlight that is made specifically for the KRISS. That if you pre-ordered yours online, you're gonna get one with it. But now that they're available, they're no longer pre-orders. So if you buy one today, I think it's technically just a regular order.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna tell Greg, I was like, yeah, go in there and pre-order it, leave, come back, and be like, have it.
Maybe we can work something out for Greg.
Yeah.
But
Walt says you will not get it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, just read
If you purchase it today, it's already in stock. But if you're one of the guys that like have been pre-ordered for like years, not years, because we put it up on pre-orders in like June.
Yeah.
So if you've had your pre-order for the KRISS for like 6 months, then you're gonna get the light. But if you buy it today, the light is not available.
If they don't want to buy it today,
Mhm.
they ain't gonna get it for a while. There's
Yeah.
one piece left.
There's
Okay.
one?
One piece left.
You got one?
No, one piece left online.
We need to make
So
sure he gets one.
online,
That's
The one-
it. Done. So if you want it, you better go to the store. One piece left.
he's gotta be here. I'll just tell Daniel to set one aside for him.
Can we call him right now?
Yeah, call Daniel.
Okay.
So they need to know. All the people.
Well, then I guess
Someone-
there's none left then? If
Well, there's one. If anybody wants to buy it right now, online. No, the
Online.
store already got their shipment.
Okay.
There's one piece online. So call Daniel to make sure Daniel sets one aside for
Okay.
Greg, and then he'll buy it when he leaves here.
Okay. So tell those people they want it. They better jump on it.
You guys heard it from the horse's mouth. I like that saying. There's only one piece of the KRISS left online. So what happened was we got a shipment in. The pre-orders are leaving. And then a certain section of our shipment was sent to the store, and that's why we're staying open till 9 at the store. And then whatever's left over was put up online, and those have been selling so fast that there's only one left.
If not, call Harrison.
I'm gonna call Walter.
Did I call Walter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We
awkward.
should probably try to call the guy you're trying to call.
Dang it.
Yeah. But,
Let's see. Let's see
Alright,
if
do you want
KRISS
to?
is still available. Oh, it's out of stock.
Oh, is it really?
Someone bought it as we were
Someone
talking.
bought the last one.
But the store already got their shipment. So as long as that hasn't sold out, you should be fine.
Well, he was waiting.
I know,
for
he was here all day.
Daniel kept telling me, he's like, yeah, we'll have one when you come back.
If anything, you could have that one with the light. I'll give it to